Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, we are seeing CS Kipchumba Murkomen and the Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei advancing their difference in public. These two individuals met somewhere in a burial function, and in that burial, they had a chance to address the mourners. So the conversation was in Kalenjin. CS Kipchumba Murkomen, not Kipchumba, Cherargei addressed to some issues as far as the issue of tenders is concerned. Something that Kipchumba was not happy about, and he decided to respond to Cherargei. And now, at the end of the day, we are seeing these two individuals exposing what is happening exactly in William Ruto's government. I would see some people trying to put a blame on Cherargei. If you are a Kalenjin and you are putting a blame on Cherargei, then you are right. But if you are not a Kalenjin and you are putting a blame on what Cherargei said, you must think deep before you do so. And I will tell you why. But I want us to go through what Kenyans.co.ke shared here. This is what Samson Cherargei was quoted saying here. I hear that some people are saying that they want to bring people from other communities to be contractors. Give our children the priority of being contractors, because if we don't teach our children to be strong contractors, we won't be competitive. Now, Kipchumba Murkomen responded, and this is what is telling Cherargei. I quote him: "What about our people whom we have given big contracts owing billions, who are in Central and Mombasa? Do you want them to be chased to come home? As your teacher, I have brains and a plan. Cherargei has only one problem, and if William Ruto had reason like him, then he won't be president." That is the response from Kipchumba Murkomen. You can see to an Excel is going to give an example of if Ruto would have reasoned like Cherargei, then he won't be president. But you see, Cherargei advanced these talks, and he tweeted again, and this is what he said in part 2. Now this one was a tweet. Part 2, right of reply. As the senator of Akili Ndogo, of the great people of Nandi County, I shall always defend with my blood and sweat their interest without fear of intimidation, blackmail, coercion, or political patronage. Watch this video and listen carefully. In that video, he's still speaking in Kalenjin. He's talking about right of reply in defense of great people of Nandi County. Come back. So that conversation continues, of course, which is unhealthy for William Ruto's side. But this is healthy for Kenyans to know exactly what is happening in this regime. There is a reality here. Cherargei would want those contractors working in Nandi County and, of course, the Kalenjin nation to come from within. You should be a Kalenjin for you to get a contract in a Nandi County. That is what he's pushing for. But it's like in Rift Valley or in his county, we have contractors from outside. Maybe you are a Kalenjin, not a Kalenjin. Maybe you are a Kikuyu, a Luya, a Luo, a Mijikenda. You name them. They have been given contracts there. He's saying, no, But Kipchumba Murkomen is telling him that we have given our own people contracts elsewhere. So if you are saying that we give our own people here, do you mean our own people who are working in other countries to be chased away? Now, on the face of this, Cherargei seems to be wrong and Murkomen sound to be right. But if we go to the reality, Cherargei just said what Ruto government is doing. But Murkomen seems to be playing clever. We are continuing with this panel discussion, but just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. Subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the fact remains the same that Cherargei, Kipchumba Murkomen, Ruto, they are reasoning same. The only difference is that one is loud in words and silent in action. But the other one is silent in words but loud in action. Cherargei is just a senator. So he don't have that privilege of having powers or directing here and there. And because of that, he can only just make loud noise. But he don't have that privilege to put it in action. That's why he's just making noise. Kipchumba Murkomen has a privilege to be a CS and they can give directives here and there. That's why he's much silent in words, but so much active and loud in action. The reality is that majority of Kalenjin have got so many contracts than any other tribe or community in this country. They are in Central, they are in the Coast region, they are in Western, they are in Nyanza, they are everywhere. That's why Kipchumba is not happy, and that's why he replied this in public. Because Cherargei is literally exposing Ruto regime. So if you add that one to now Rift Valley, you give to them. Huku Rift Valley wameachia watu wengine, uchukue Waluya wawili, Wajaluo, Wakikuyu watatu pale, wape contract hapa, uchukue pamoja na Somali community wape hapo, then ionekana at Rift Valley other tribes have contract. Hiyo ni kama kupaka mafuta kwa mgongo wa chupa. But again, what Cherargei is talking about is what Gachagua has been saying so loudly. But again, Gachagua is so loud because he don't have that privilege of putting people here and there in the government. He has to go through Ruto. And because Ruto is doing what Gachagua is saying, he comes loudly in public to say that mambo ya kusema sijui company and shares should never happen. He's saying so because he is loud in action, but silent in words. So the same thing. And that's why Kipchumba is not comfortable with Cherargei. There is no difference between Kipchumba and Cherargei. In fact, even I can say this. Kipchumba Murkomen is more worse than Cherargei. Is much dark than Cherargei. Because Cherargei is saying it. But the man who is doing it is coming to tell us something different. That is what is happening in this government. Serikali ni yao. I am just asking myself a question. If this is what is happening in this government as of now, because tunajua watu wenye wako na contract kwa hii nchi wengi ni Kalenjin. Na shareholders wako pale, kampuni ufanya kazi, kuna percentage inaenda kwa Mheshimiwa Kipchumba, Mheshimiwa Ruto, na hivyo ndio mambo iko. What if by chance Ruto becomes the president in 2027? Kutakuwa namna gani? If this is what is happening in this government as of now, and yet he will be seeking for re-election, just assume he's the president. Nini litafanyika in the second term where he will not be seeking for another re-election? Kutakuwaje? Sasa ile Kipchumba Cherargei anasema ndio itafanyika. Paka Rift Valley and everywhere contracts zitakuwa ni zao. Kenyans are reacting, and I want to use the remaining 2 minutes to read some of the comments from Kenyans. This is where our NFD brother get it wrong. I see them all over Central doing tenders, so maybe we should say don't do a single contract here, even if you are talented and very liquid. Now this is wisdom, Kipchumba Murkomen. This is the only way. He's supporting what Kipchumba Murkomen is saying. And by the way, I'm just asking myself a question. How does government tender, how do you win a government tender? Is it through a competitive way, or how do you win? This is against the spirit of our constitution. Eh? Another one here. Cool down, Cherargei. I am a CS and more tribal than you are. The president is tribal pro max. But when it comes to public speech, I mean before the camera, we cannot stop to Gachagwa's level. We still have 2027 election to win. So behave. Are we together? Huyu anasema ukweli. And lastly, Job Mayaka. People are praising Murkomen following the superficial interpretation. Murkomen is darker than Cherargei. Agree? Actually, if Ruto were as direct, this is direct in his dealings as Cherargei expect, there will be a better country. The secret dealing are exposing us to more graft. Agree.